Hi guys, welcome to Ecuador Homestead. So I'm out here in the cuy shed, and so mainly I'm gonna be showing you how to raise guinea pigs on grass, like put them on the ground and raise them like if you're wanting your lawn cut just for free, and you can just put the guinea pigs on the ground and let them eat the grass. I'm gonna talk about it. We've done that for previous time, and I think we have a few, like two or three on the ground. We picked some up this week because we're doing stuff with them. We're trying to sell some for just some extra money, and so we've done that and we pick some up. And we also got some in the cages. But usually what we do is we just let them roam on the ground here. And you actually see some chicks down here, and they've gotten out of the cages. And so what we actually do is we just let them roam out here. And I'm not sure we can necessarily find them out here or anything. We mainly got chicks because, like I said, we pick some out. But actually what they do is they come around here and they actually roam out here in the weeds and just eat this all. But let's say if you wanted them enclosed and you wanted them to cut your lawn, there's a few things you can do. First thing you can do is, you may already have this actually, if you have like a lawn and you have it fenced in or something, now it has to be relatively tight because you don't want them to slip. Sometimes they make holes and they'll slip under the wire, and so you don't want that to happen. And so maybe what you do is put a wire all the way around your area that you want to be in, and they'll just keep that mowed down. We actually did that one time in our orchard over here, way over there in that grass area that you can see over there, and they pretty much liked it. They liked being over there and doing that. And so they're also a lot happier when they are on the ground. But what we actually do is we don't really control them too much when they're on the ground. We just let them roam around. However, they do, despite this, and this is one of the reasons why we picked them up some, is because they make holes in our fencing. You see they push up the wire. You can see right there's a little tiny hole for them to slip through. And that also is bad for the chickens. The chickens can get out of that. And what they do is they run through that hole and they go under that tin right over there into the cuy shed. And this over here is the sheep pen. And they like rather tall weeds, but however they eat the lower weeds. So like I'm sure there's somewhere in here, maybe somewhere in here, a small cuy. Like I said, we picked most of them up, and so most of them are not on the ground. But they actually roam all in this stuff, all in this weeds over here. And they also roam, we've seen them as far as past that gate over there, way past that, and over the other gate. There's two gates, this gate that you see, but there's another one further out, and they actually go all the way around this chicken pen. And so that's really interesting enough. They like to roam. But if you're trying to enclose them, you can also do a chicken tractor as well and pull it around your lawn, and that works as well. I've seen people do that. I haven't done it myself. Well, we've done it a long time ago on a different property, but not on this property. So doing a chicken tractor, in that way is okay. I mean, it's okay. They're not as happy as like roaming just by themselves anywhere, but you can still do it that way if you want. And so, of course, they're not near as happy in here in the cages as they would just being on the ground. Like you can see these. I think this is mine. I think this is my boy. And I think this over here may be my girl. I'm not sure. I know I've got some. I think this is my boy. It looks like him. And this is some of the cuy. Now, what we like to do here is, in here, basically, let me just give you a rundown of what we do in here. We feed them grass, and here we got this cuy grass. Now, you see this all piling up. And we eventually come in and clean this out. And this isn't a bad stuff mounding up. It's actually rather good. You just want to make sure that they don't jump out of the cages. But basically, sometimes you don't want them to, like, if you just constantly keep it at bare wire, then what sometimes will happen is they'll get an infection on their foot, and it can cause problems that way. And so we also tend to like put grass in there to make sure that they don't have that problem. So that's that. So I pretty much explained, hopefully, a little bit how we do this, how we basically let them roam on the ground. Hopefully we'll, here and there we let some go, some get away, and so we're not too burdened. They stay in the general area. One thing is if you have a lot of cuy, what you may do is let the majority go or let half go or something. Just be careful. The babies, one thing I forgot to know, the babies don't do very good. So like if the mothers are pregnant, you actually may want to take them up off the ground or don't let them on the ground, because what will happen is that once they have babies, the babies aren't as strong, and they tend to die on the ground. And so you want to have them up in the cages as much as possible. And that's better. Like, I think I've had, like, what was it, 5 babies in the past couple months or so on the ground, and I've lost them all. And the reason is because of the being on the ground. But if they're in the cages, then you have a higher rate of living. Of course, it's still, Kui are rather hard, or not, it's kind of like rabbits. They're kind of not an animal that's kind of hard to raise and keep alive. So I mean, a little bit, if they can be stressed, and they'll die, and so you have to be careful. However, they are rather happy and healthy on the ground. They don't get as big though. Like, you may stuff the cages with we stuff it with this grass we call yerbas, which is basically a grass, which is big grass, and they eat that all day long. The problem is they have to go out and find the stuff. Also, we give them balanceado in here. Give them balanceado, which makes them a little bit bigger as well. And so that's basically a rundown on the Kui shed and how that works. Okay, so I hope I've covered everything in that. Hope I haven't missed anything. And so, like I said, make sure you take the babies up if you're going to do this. If you were thinking about all of those that were interested in the Kui business, or just kind of interested in Kui business just to hear how we do it or something, that's why I'm making this video. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you become a patron if you haven't already. I'll leave the link in the description. Like, subscribe, become a patron, and I'll see you next time in Ecuador Homestead.